What we are going to share with you today is educational advice only and does not substitute for professional advice. If you think your animals may have contracted coccidiosis, consult with your veterinarian for professional help. We are simply sharing our experience with you. Coccidiosis is a parasitic disease affecting the intestinal tract of animals, caused by Coccidian protozoa. It primarily spreads through the contact with infected feces and can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, which may be severe in young or immune-compromised animals. We first got into rabbits in 2022. Things went relatively smoothly for a couple of years. Unfortunately, in late winter of 2024, we experienced our first outbreak of coccidiosis. We had around 25 bunnies, ages 3 to 16 weeks, and around 4 adults. Of those 25 bunnies, only one survived, and he had lasting damage from this destructive parasite. We were caught completely off guard as we have not experienced anything like this before. Coccidiosis killed 24 bunnies in less than 2 weeks. We discovered what was happening after a few bunnies had died. Unfortunately, the future of a young rabbit that shows symptoms is quite grim. We did a 5-day treatment using 1 tablespoon cord mixed with 1 gallon of water. This was the rabbit's only source of water for 5 days. Despite our best efforts, we lost all but the 4 adults and 1 16-week-old buck. One telltale sign of coccidiosis is bloat. You can pick the bunny up, and if you shake it, it sounds like there's water sloshing around inside. Here, bring the phone over. So when you kind of move the bunny around, you can hear the bloat. So just listen. That's bloat. We felt discouraged and done with rabbits for the time being. We kept the adults and separated the buck, then butchered the young male that survived. We discovered spots on his liver as we suspected we would. In spring of 2024, we had another litter of kits in a different colony. They did fine until they were about 8 weeks old, weaning age. Then we noticed one of the kits looked ill. Its eyes were runny for a few days before its belly began to bloat. We suspected coccidiosis was back. After 2 died, we decided to butcher the rest before the parasite took their lives. There were 9 left. My daughter Ella begged to keep one that appeared to be healthy. I told her she could keep her, but that she might not make it. When processing the 8 bunnies, we noticed that most of them had spots all over their livers, and their intestines were filled with air and a little water. After this, we got rid of our breeding buck, Chester. We held on to our healthy does and took a long break from breeding rabbits. Ella's little doe did survive. We were shocked. Ella prayed over that rabbit, and faith can move mountains.
February 2025, we decided to try again.
Our rabbits were still living in colonies, so they had direct contact with dirt and some poop that hadn't been cleaned out. We did a quick clean before driving in for over an hour and a half to pick up our new 7-week-old buck. The girls named him Blue Moon. We were pretty excited for this little guy. We kept him quarantined for a couple of days before introducing him to one of our bunnies. 3 days after putting Blue Moon in with our other bunny, Clover, he bloated. We thought we caught it early. Here he is, and we'll try. Okay. Hi. So, we have a bunny here. We just got last weekend. His name's Blue Moon. He's our new buck bunny, and he is beautiful, and we were hoping for some beautiful babies, but unfortunately, he has come down with bloat. And so we need to try and treat that, and we've lost a lot of bunnies in the past from this, but we're going to try a few different things. One is elevating their rear to help the gas rise and exit, and then you kind of alternate between that. Calm him down, cover his eyes. and massaging the stomach. And once I get done with this, I'm also gonna give him 2 milliliters of coconut oil. I'm gonna do one now and one at night, and we're gonna try that for 3 days. And hopefully that gets rid of the bloat and he'll be okay. So we'll keep you posted on if this works or not. So alternate between rubbing the belly and come behind him. Can you kind of get a picture of like what my hand looks like under him? Skyla, can you come over here and get, kind of elevate him and hold him like this, and it will help the gas rise and exit. See? That's what I'm doing. Okay, our coconut oil should be melted, so I'm going to try and do that next. Don't know if he's going to like it or not, but we're going to do our best to get it into him.
Ow!
Make sure it's not too hot. Okay, so we have Blue Moon back in here because we are going to, in addition to the coconut oil and the massage, we're also going to give him some infant Mylicon gas relief. So 0.3 milliliters is what is recommended for infants under 24 months. I believe it was under 24 months. Infants under 2, yeah, at 0.3. So I'm gonna start out with 0.3. I doubt that all of it's gonna actually get into him, but we're gonna do the same thing as we did with the coconut oil. And he seems very comfortable and relaxed. What do you think of that? We're getting your mouth a little messy, aren't we? I think you like the coconut oil better. Just slowly dispensing it. Come on. I want to see him swallow. Now, something else we've noticed is when palpating this bunny, we can feel that there's like large clumps of poop that are stuck in his intestines. And so what we have heard after listening to several other YouTube videos and people with who have had some of the same issues, they talk about palpating it and massaging it and breaking those clumps up so that the bunny can then pass the poop much easier. So that's what we're working to do. You can actually, when I was working on him a little bit ago, I actually felt the gas move up and out. You can hear here, bring the phone over. So when you kind of move the bunny around, you can hear the bloat. So just listen. That's bloat. Okay, why don't you pause it? He did not live long. The evening of the day we found him looking sickly, he died. Broken-hearted, I was bent on being done with rabbits. My daughter Kaya was bent on a solution.
Yeah. We held off getting another buck until the weather had warmed up a bit.
On April 13th, we picked up an older buck. We decided to go with an older one because they're usually hardier. The girls named him Bilbo. We super cleaned the rabbit colonies 2 days after getting him. It's a lot of work because we have 1 to 2 feet of dirt in the bottom of each 10 by 6 colony. In hindsight, we should have cleaned it out before getting Bilbo. He survived long enough to breed 2 of our does. Sadly, he too came down with coccidiosis about 1 month after bringing him to the farm.
Well,
We knew he'd bred at least 1 of our does. We knew if we didn't do something drastically different, all the babies would perish by the time they reached about 6 weeks of age. We bought a load of fresh cow sand and completely dug out and refilled both rabbit houses with fresh sand. In addition, we put our rabbits on a 5-day dose of Corid. We measured 1 tablespoon of liquid 9.6% Corid solution into 1 gallon of water. This was the rabbit's sole source of water for 5 days. When the babies were born, we waited until we saw the older kits coming out of the kindling box. This was when they were around 2 weeks old. We then put everyone on a low-dose, 21-day Corid treatment. The solution contained 1 teaspoon of Corid per gallon of water. This was the rabbit's only source of water for 21 days. We prayed a lot during this time, truly hoping for a miracle. We also provided the rabbits with grape, plantain, oak, and apple branches and leaves. These are an excellent way to help prevent coccidiosis. We decided that if this method worked, we would wait until the bunnies were at least 2 months old before sharing this information with our YouTube followers. Time cruised by on us, as it tends to do. The bunnies are now 16 weeks old and very healthy. We have had a few other inconvenient run-ins with parasites during that time, but none of them were caused by coccidiosis. Bot flies laid eggs on 4 of our bunnies. We dealt with this by carefully removing the bot larvae and cleansing the area with chlorhexidine. We had 2 bunnies get sick and stop eating around 8 weeks old. We isolated them and gave them fennel, plantain, grape, apple, and oak leaves, a little grass and clover, along with dry hay. They eventually began nibbling on these life-giving plants, and within the week, they were healthy as can be. Look who survived! This is the sick bunny. He's good now. He's eating. And the other bunnies are looking good too. One other one got sick and it's starting to eat too, so good news! We butchered several rabbits in October of 2026. When inspecting their livers, we found all rabbits' livers to be perfectly healthy. We have had quite an experience raising rabbits. Heartache and frustration almost defeated us, but perseverance and hard work have taught us to stay the course. We hope you found this video helpful. May you be blessed in your homesteading endeavors. Try not to give up hope when things get tough. There is a good deal of satisfaction that comes when you find a solution to something that seems once hopeless.